The GSD points out it's always objected to savers' money from the GSB being used to fund the new football stadium, but notes what it calls the government's U-turn on this, with financing now being sought from a consortium of banks. However, while the party says it has no objection in principle to the stadium having a commercial and residential angle, it still questions its size, cost and value for money to the taxpayer.
You know, who's making the money and who's benefiting? Because is it really an £100 million project? Because if it is profit making, well then the taxpayer surely is entitled as well to a slice of that, given that no development rights have been paid. So you'd need to start a negotiation once you number crunch with the proposed developers as to the profit of that development. Because if you end up when realizing that actually the stadium can be delivered for say for example 15 or 20 million in reality, and what you've got is a churn of massive profit for third parties, well then really we've shortchanged the taxpayer. And so we're going to support it. I do think that there's private finance is available, but we need to understand the numbers much more, because if we're going to support it, what we can't do is shortchange the taxpayer.
The GSD also says there's a lack of clarity in the GSLP Liberals' plan for the elderly care home at Rook, with Keith Azopardi stressing that no contractual arrangements have yet been entered into. He also said his party will seek to find an appropriate age for the equalisation of pensions.